this will be on historical evidence to keep us all convicted.
I don't want to be convicted.
Yeah. Let's be clear what convicted means here.
Wait, convicted of what?
Convicted of having fun and gameplay. Let's see here. And here we go. My boring general front. We're going to say thank you to some folks here, and from my guild master here that runs these my episodes or controls them, Pincus, as it says there, from the Unnamed Adventures Guild. I'd like to say the following thanks for folks and helps and guild members and stuff like that. And we'll start with the one-shot group, since literally everything that we're in right now, from the people that we've met to where this got formulated and put together, has come from the tabletop one-shot group. And as I've been saying here lately, whether you like D&D, whether you like Fate, whether you like superheroes or Numerama or Star Wars or whatnot, you generally from that venue of the tabletop one-shot group can find people that you enjoy and play the same kind of game that you're looking for. As far as that, great resource. Definitely encourage everybody to reach out and utilize it. I know the players here have been utilizing it, but anybody that may be watching this is an option if for you if you can't find a local tabletop, or if you just want to also try the online streaming tabletop, so to say. After that, I'd like to say thanks to Chris Wellham from Drop Dice, because he's with some of the more struggling aspects of the mapping of the city. He was an extremely large help there, and from time to time have to go back and access his expertise to get things situated on that. And then over at Fantastic Dimensions, right over here where I had the arrow, that's Ian Christian's page, and he's actually the one that got me hooked to this, and then we got Dan hooked, and kind of this is the kind of part, he's partly the parent of it, and he stays in contact with it. Great guy. He runs a lot of great different games there. In fact, he likes Call of Cthulhu, and there's guys out there from the one shot that also play Cthulhu. I don't know why that hit my in the head. Another one would be Josh Duncan Kirk, Roll with the Punches. I've been running the War of the Gods series, fun series, fun to watch, and he's into a bunch of other things, Traveler and like that. A good resource to give yourself a feel for certain things, and he's on sometimes having some questions, picking his brain, and he's been helpful. And then Infinite Roleplay. If you want to see someone that help you with your roleplay, and he's also an excellent artist, is Nelson from Infinite Roleplay. Very good, and he is probably one of my favorite to watch roleplay. He gets himself so immersed, whether he wants to play as a power gamer or into that craziness that they were talking about, it doesn't matter. He brings life to the game, and whether he plays a weak guy or a strong guy, he plays it to the T, and want to give him a shout out on that. And with that, I'll close out this here, and we'll get on over back to you guys. And this is what is it? Guarding the gate of job number 14 for the Unnamed Adventures Guild, and we'll allow the characters to introduce themselves from my left on the screen. It is Dan Harsh, and I know he's doing his little crazy character of Crawl, and I'll let him introduce. And if you guys got something that you want to promote, someone that's impacted you well, inspired your gaming, go ahead. If you got a channel, go ahead and take it away.
All right. Well, I guess just starting out. Everyone Charles said they're excellent people. Ian, Nelson, everybody else. Um, Lately, I've been playing in a bunch of Lloyd Jarl DM's games, so those are really excellent. Check him out. Um, Justin Hamilton, Haminopi, he has some pretty good stuff out there too. Today, I'll be playing the character of Craw. He's a halfling ranger and kind of a wild, savage kind of guy. He wears like a lizard man skull type helmet, and it's very tribal with like feathers. He's very dirty, very gritty, and looking forward to getting in on another game. So thanks for having me, Charles.
Cool. Kevin.
Hello everyone, I am playing Donovan. He is a fighter rogue multiclass and fancies himself as a sniper. He wields a heavy crossbow and fires it with good accuracy. Other than that, that's pretty much it. So.
All right, and we have Mike, fresh to the guild, fresh meat for the slaughter. Go ahead.
And I'll be playing a monk named Alfred. A cheerful, good-natured fellow, just fresh out of seclusion.
All right. And we'll go from there. All right. Crawl and Donovan, you'll be at the guild hall, which will help. Let's see here. We'll help Mike out with and show him where it's at. Right there. I'll bring it on up and I'll do a screen share on that one. Right there, and we'll share it for a second or so. Right here is the Unnamed Adventures Guild Hall. Right, all through here is theirs on Silver Street. We'll have you, for sake of time and everything, coming off of Regal Street on up to Silver Street on in there. You've seen the help wanted flyers that I sent you, Mike, earlier, directing that they were looking, that Pincus was looking for some strong bodies and backs and like that. You see the beautiful sign that was made by one of the guild members that's hanging out front. You see the door, and we'll go ahead and let you take it from there. It's let me see here. Let me roll D12 for a moment. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning right now. You smell the beginnings of the city coming alive. The musty smell of the morning dew falling on into the city streets, and the fresh smell of baked goods and fresh droppings from the animals that are pulling carts throughout the city. The whole gambit of light noise that's going to build into greater noise.
Cool. Well, looking at the flag one more time, it's actually the right place.
Okay.
Eager and expressive, bright eyes, he opens the door and walks into the Unnamed Adventures.
Okay, you'll see that the insides of the hall right now is looking rather nice, rather lavish. Off to your right, you'll notice that there seems to be like a training dojo room. There's a counter up in front of it, and there's another area in the greater hall off to the left where there's a large, almost like a conference-style table. You see a little old gnome of a man, kind of like what you saw in the thank you presentation there, standing up on a chair, looking over on the table at a map, and you see Crawl in there. you see, as he described himself, this lizard man helm on his head, and you see Donovan as he is there, and I'll let you guys take and role play that.
I'm just taking.
Excuse me, Mike?
I was just saying, I'm just taking.
Alright. At this point, Donovan would be awake. He'd probably be in the training room, just shooting the targets with his crossbow. From what you can see, he looks like a fairly average unit. I mean, he's wearing studded armor. He's got brown shiny hair, a small beard, and just a cloak as well.
And Crawl would probably be in the training room too, just kind of practicing his skills and honing them. After his last run, and he kind of didn't fare too well, so he's probably trying to kind of hone himself and improve his skills a little bit, just to stay alive.
I guess in this case, Alfred looks over at the gnome, recognizing him from the flyer, and goes up and says, "Hail, Master Gnome."
All right, Pincus will turn to you from looking at this map, and he'll say, "Can we help you? Are you here to pick up some of the products that we've been producing off to the one side over at the store, or are you here to join the guild? What do you desire?"
Well, I hear you need a strong back in the defense of something. And just to give you like a little bit of flavor there, Alfred's a big guy standing at 6 feet and 220 pounds, so he's basically completely bald, like your typical monastery monk who spent all his life working hard, doing back-breaking labor.
All right, he'll say, "Good. Yes, I have a mission for some in the guild here from a event that that's coming to light as this new property that I picked on up and had started. Well, we'll say building upon and making rather useful for us in such a way that they've been being probed by the Dark Queen's forces. It's been a minor nuisance. The militia that's been there have been able to hold them off, but we're thinking that there's going to be a major action possibly coming on up, because there's just been too many probes and they've started getting too frequent. So I think they've tried to test our defenses long enough, and they may try to overrun us and take that point. And he'll say it's out in a little town that we named Trillium, and he'll say, look right on down here, and this is what it is. We've had dwarves and gnomes working day and night to get this all built, and we're up there right now. And this is what we have right now for Andotrillion. And but they've been constantly trying to come in and testing our defenses up here on the main gate, and and they've tried over onto the back and the side, but mostly it's been up the main gate because it's just been easier with the road that we've had to put in. With that, get on back, and he'll call you'll see a little human boy about 11, 12 years old. He'll call Riverwood to come on over, and he'll tell him, I need to speak to Crawl and Donovan. I think we got maybe enough force here to assist Endotrillion at the moment, and let them know if they can to come on over to the conference table. And on your way through, go ahead and have Quartermaster Bob bring out 3 bracelets if they're back from the temple. And this little 12-year-old boy, 11, 12-year-old boy will scurry on off and head towards the training dojo and to find Donovan and Crawl. And
forgive me for asking, Master, but have we tried speaking with the Dark Queen? Just to see if maybe she is not so dark and just misunderstood and standing in the shadow?
Mike, for me, your audio's choppy. Is it the same for the rest of you guys?
It is a bit for myself, yeah.
So if you, I don't know, bandwidth or just say it again, we'll deal with it.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's that many people using the internet here at in my place at 6:30 in the morning, so the bandwidth should be fine.
It may not be your bandwidth, it may be mine. That's why I'm going in to turn it on down, since it's afternoon here in Germany.
What was I gonna say? I was saying, Master Gnome, have we not just tried talking to the Dark Queen to maybe see if she's not so dark and just misunderstood?
I've not actually seen this Dark Queen before. We've had trouble just trying to ascertain her location, let alone approaching her outright.
And how do we know it's she who's doing the attacking?
At this point, Donovan would walk over and he'd say, "Oh, I've seen this Dark Queen. She commands a lot of vicious creatures, and I do not trust her intentions. I've seen lizard men, ogres, giants, the undead. She's monstrosities, the lot of them."
And I know none of these creatures, so you have me at a loss, my friend. And then he points out his hand and says, "My name is Alfred."
Donovan would shake his hand. "My name's Donovan, but I fear you'll be seeing a lot of these creatures soon enough."
All right. With that, Pincus, I give Alfred a guild agreement to explain it on out. He'll on the 10% of what you get from your adventures goes back into the guild, and if you want a will and you don't have one or have one on file, 5 silver pieces, and they'll do it for you. And on the wills now that they also have a DNR, do not resurrect option if you choose that, or do not raise from dead option. And he'll also inform you that we've started a guild credit union, and so you can put all your lavish earnings on into it if you want to, and save a little bit of money from the money changers when you go to exchange money or product as far as that. And
well, I will gladly give you 10%.
Yes, 10%. 10%.
I have nothing to speak of as of right now, other than the gear I carry on my back. So 10% is nothing.
Does the
Well,
Guild's credit union give 10% interest?
say again, Carl.
Does the Guild's credit union, I've not actually used it yet, does it give interest?
It gives you a certain amount of security, Pincus will say, and the fact that you don't end up having the 15% handling fee that the Money Changers Guild goes ahead and charges in Illumina for them to handle your gems, your gold pieces, and other rarities or foreign currencies to bring it into the Illumina and Areawood currency.
And Carl will say, I see, having never really dealt with any of the money handlers or merchants or any of those other people, kind of avoiding them if he can.
Hold on. It has to be on my side because everything's clipping on audio for some reason.
I notice every now and then your screen will cut out for a second, and then you come back.
Let me see here. I'm going to take it down some more.
Well, I can
Bandwidth here and see. That's going to be fuzzy, but let's try that.
Yeah, we're not here for your good-looking face.
All right, that sounded a little smoother. I'll go with that. So with this, Pincus will let Crawl know. I don't believe Donovan was with him. That where Ando Trillion is out to the northeast of Illumina, and he's been there before. Pincus will say that's where we had the have the the hill there where we've been taking out some of the devil rock when we find.
Not where the hag assaulted us, is it?
Say again.
And he'll say to Pincus, that's not where that vile hag assaulted us, is it?
Yes, it is.
And he'll kind of hang his head.
as far as that, but if you can go on out there and help bolster up, give courage to the local militia that we've hired on into there to help protect the city or the hamlet that we've built up there. And what it seems to be is that the forces are trying to enter the gate that we found in the cave below, and we definitely don't want them to be able to access that and come up over on Illumina's flank that easily. As far as that, we're trying to keep that protected and a good watch of any of her enemy forces that are coming up towards Illumina from the north or the east. So you'll get 200 gold pieces for this this job from the guild, from my private fund, as far as that a piece, and like that. If there's anything that you need to acquire, and as Pincus is talking, you'll see this rather large being come on through Goliath, and he's holding 3 silver bracelets with a semi-precious stone on them, and he'll bring them on over to Pincus, and Pincus will turn to him and say, "Thank you, Quartermaster Bob," and he'll turn around and he'll head out back to his work down in the armory and the supply room. As far as that, and Pincus a hand each of you one of these bracelets. Um, I'm pretty sure Crawl knows how they work. There's two actions of cure wounds on each of them. And Donovan, I don't know if you've used them before. Pincus turned to you, but I'll explain how to use them out to Alfred here, since he's a new recruit. And what these are a healing bracelet, and where there's 2 charges of cure wounds on them, and if you need to activate them, you just pick it up and speak "heal me" and into it. And there's also almost like a scry amplifier that's onto them, so it makes it easier for Pincus to go ahead and, if he has to scry and see how you guys are doing, and so he can possibly pull you on back if he has to.
What is this you speak of?
On things like that, and he'll explain that with the Dark Queen and her unearthing certain elements of the Orb of Chaos, it has made magic really funny acting around here lately. So we've had to have certain things like this for certain types of magic, so we don't lose anybody. So with that, he'll say, if you need anything, you know where Pincus's general store is, or some of the rest of you know the city a little bit, then you can pack up, gather what you need, and head out.
Well, I have all my gear on my back, and I've just arrived, so I'm ready to go. The sooner we can hit the road and get into adventure and start helping people, the better.
Donovan would say that I'd like to go to the store first. There's a few things I wouldn't mind picking up.
So we're tasked with just ridding the city of any invaders?
That's okay. Let's go to that then. I didn't hear that, Crawl.
All right, so Crawl will kind of turn to Pincus and say, so today our only task is to save the city from any invaders, to protect its walls.
I still didn't get much of that. As far as I don't know why I get bandwidth all the way down, so it's.
Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
I can hear you just fine as well.
That has to be on my side here. Give me a second to go see what at the router.
Okay.
So where do you hail from, Sir Donovan?
I'm from the north of here. I used to fight in the Criterion military. However, I decided that there was just too much death for my liking, so I've taken up job. I'm basically a mercenary now.
I'm not familiar with the Criterion military.
Yeah, it's a place to the north of here. It's a small city. They were a very disciplined army. I was a scout. Mind you, I preferred shooting rather than scouting.
Oh, so you're a bowman.
You could say that. I prefer using this though. And Donovan holds up. He takes from his back and pulls out a rather large crossbow.
Hopefully this is better here now as far as that.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, I can hear you just fine as well.
I can hear you as well.
Huh. Still, I did a couple of adjustments. It may be just the German lines over here.
Maybe you want to try
things. But all right, what did you say, Crawl?
Krull had asked Pincus if the goal of the mission was simply to protect the city walls from invaders. If there was anything else Pincus needed us to do.
Just to the mission objectives would probably be just to if they're attacked by to help increase their morale and stay in the line. We can't afford to lose this. Pincus is saying, I got too much money wrapped up into it, and like that. And we have so many lives up there right now between some dwarves, gnomes, and a few elves and some humans. So we want to protect them too, since they're quasi-employees of ours in that respect. But if it gets too rough, we'll definitely need the militia to hold them, and you come back for reinforcements.
Well, yes, money isn't everything, my friend. It's the lives that we must focus on.
Indeed.
Agreed.
And Donovan, what was it that you were looking to pick up?
Donovan would be looking for some potions of healing. He does have a 50G voucher for the common store, so I'm basically just trying to see how much I would get for that much.
You can. You said 50 gold. You have 50 gold pieces.
Yeah.
At a Pincus's store, general store that's next door, you'll be able to get as many as you can for that, straight up, no markup, because you're a guild member.
Okay,
there,
cool.
And I think they're 50 gold pieces apiece.
Okay, so I will give him 100 gold then and purchase 2 potions.
All right. He'll have them there. I'm trying to. Where is it? That's weapons table, adventuring gear. Okay. Yeah, you'll be able to get to them.
Yeah, so Donovan would hand him the 100 then, and go back with his potions to the guild hall.
Okay. And you guys can start on off then, if that's all you needed to take care of.
I think, considering Krull's past history with this place, he'll go ahead and do the same and pick up 2 healing potions.
Just before you do that, I was actually going to have Donovan hand each of you a healing potion, so because I have 3 of them now, so I will give you guys 1 each.
Why, thank you. Man, you're already giving me free stuff. I'm beginning to like this place.
Thank you, Donovan. I know we've had some rough adventures before.
Yeah, I don't have a good feeling about this. I just think we can use all the help we can get. Don't want to lose anyone on this one.
Oh, look up, my friends. It's better to start an adventure off with cheer than gloom.
Well, a bit of optimism wouldn't hurt, I suppose.
And caution as well.
Nope, as my master would say, optimism never hurt anyone. Just watch out for the dragon bite.
I like your master. I think it's time we head out, though. We better get there before any trouble starts. You know the way, right, Crow?
Yes, it's several days' journey. I can guide you that way. Perhaps we should. Can Pincus provide us with ponies?
Say again?
Can Pincus provide us with ponies or horses for the trip? I know it's several days ride.
You'll be able to pick up some horses or ponies, depending upon your size and desire. That's no problem. He'll have arrangements made from Riverwood going down to get them from the stables in the guild will pick up the tab.
Excellent. This will expedite things quite a bit. And
Okay.
if everyone's ready, Crawl will kind of guide them towards the road that leads in that direction.
Done.
All right. Donovan would follow in suit.
All right. Now you're all getting on the ponies and horses, and you're moving on out, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Affirmative.
All right. You're heading out the out the north gate and down the old caravan road, and you take the right eastward, swing off it towards the hill that Crowl is so much in love with, and what you're on is basically more or less right now a tundra style grass pasture land, fairly flat. Off in the distance, you see this hill that breaks the horizon, and that's where you're headed towards in the direction.
So I guess being familiar with the route, I would kind of follow the path that we've gone before and just kind of survey the scenery as I go, because I'll remember like an area along the path that we traveled where the orcs came at us from before, so I'll kind of be on extra caution in that area, just kind of looking around and just very alert, very paranoid.
Meanwhile, Alfred's going to be looking very, very cheerful as he observes the scenery around him, taking over the birds and the trees, just seemingly observing every minor detail with quite a bit of interest.
While we're traveling, Donovan would turn to Alfred and asks, "So, what made you want to join the Adventures Guild?"
Well, I didn't really come to join the Adventures Guild, per se, but my master said that there's only so much you can learn within four walls, and that the rest must be learned on your own outside.
Ah, that makes sense.
All right. Yeah, as you're traveling with the horses and everything, you are moving right along, and it takes about half a day to get there. Nothing has popped up off the horizon that's thrown you out of the ordinary. No confrontations or nothing. The weather on the day seems to be a nice blue day, and the clouds are there, and that are partly cloudy, some sun, but nice weather. And you find yourself coming to the main entrance to Andotrillion.
See, Crawl, you were worried for nothing. Nothing bad happened on our journey.
And Crawl will kind of mutter under his breath, "If you only knew." He doesn't have a lot of social graces.
If I only knew what, Sir Crawl.
And he'll say, "Just be careful out here. There's worse that I don't know what creatures you've encountered before, but things are not always as they seem. Last time we were out here, we ran across a fair maiden, and she changed into some sort of horrible beast, and she nearly killed us all."
Well, thank you for the
And
warning.
he'll just kind of shoot you a glance and return back to the kind of scouting everything that he might see.
My master always did say, beware the the warming embrace of a fair maiden.
Guys, let me. I didn't really get enough of that to even make an intelligent listen check on that. Let me try Mike's suggestion and reset things. So don't go away. I'll be right back. As far as that.
Okay.
Sure.
No, we can just continue. You guys are good with that.
I think this is the most issues we've run into so far in terms of just connection, all that.
Well, whereabouts are you two at?
I'm in Ireland myself.
I'm in Michigan.
I'm in Canada.
A good bit of variance then.
That is the nice thing about the one-shot group, just that you're able to pick up games with people from literally anywhere. I mean, otherwise, this game never would have happened, so it's kind of cool that you have that kind of flexibility.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I was looking to play some more D&D, and I didn't really know anywhere around here that where I could, so I just found the one-shot group, and here we are now with a few games going on. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, same here. Basically, one of my buddies introduced me to the one-shot group, and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of neat." I'd like to get a regular campaign going on with someone, which would be kind of nice, and I think the guild might be able to help out with that a little bit.
Definitely. The guild runs, well, there's only 2 DMs that are running kind of semi-regularly right now. So, that does make it a little hard to find a game sometimes because, like, a guild game might be posted and then fill up within, like, a day or an hour or whatever, just because we are a little bit starved for DMs. But, yeah, it is kind of nice to have a couple different people DMing, like, in one world, so you can kind of pick up and leave off wherever you want. So if you can't play for a while, it's no big deal, but then if you can, you can keep progressing.
Yeah. Well, I know there's actually a local group that meets at the hobby store close to my house down here, but they only have so many seats available, and it looks like a lot of the games they've been running for quite a long time, so they don't really have a whole lot of room for people to join in.
Are they doing, like, Adventures League or homebrew stuff, or?
I don't really know everything they do. It's actually a fairly big hobby store, so there's usually about 10 tables running of Pathfinder, 3.5,
Oh, wow.
5th edition, Rifts, that kind of thing.
Sounds like
But
they're quite involved then.
oh yeah, but it's just unfortunately because I was actually trying to get into a Pathfinder group down there, but then they weren't available, and someone suggested I try 5th edition, and I was like, well, I've never played 5th. I'd rather play Pathfinder. And then now that I've been playing a couple rounds of 5th edition, I'm like, oh, maybe I'd be open to 5th.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying 5th edition. Part of it is just the simplicity. It's kind of rules light. So, like, if you want to do something, it's basically, okay, how are we going to let you do it, or what kind of check are we going to have you make, as opposed to, like, having to, find the right rule book for it and delve into it just to find it, So you can kind of just, off the cuff, kind of do a lot of things instead of spend a lot of time trying to look up how to do it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that myself. Sorry, you were going to say something, weren't you, Mike?
No, it's just saying the same thing you're saying. Is that I really like that.
Oh, that's fair enough. I haven't played Pathfinder myself. I've heard pretty good things about it, but I think the main reason I like 5th edition is mainly just the flexibility it has. I've forgotten your name. I'm sorry.
Dan?
D harsh. Is it
Dan?
Dan? Yeah, sorry, Dan.
Yeah.
As Dan was saying, It was rules light. I quite like how a lot of the rules are up to interpretation, so it's just basically the DM. It gives the DM a lot more flexibility, I think. So
Definitely.
Yeah, problem with
Well,
Pathfinder is you have way too I like the variety of character classes in Pathfinder, but then you also run into the risk of one player picking a weaker class than the others and then dying right away.
so there's not good class balance in Pathfinder, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Not at all.
So